Twilight vibes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so Jordan, you're doing the intro this week.
Is my mic good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless Jordan's internet just dropped out again.
I think he's switching to something else.
No. So yesterday, like we were recording for today's episode, and like it kept dropping out, and we would just be like, "Are you there? Are you there?"
I hope you have you looked at the title of I guess last week's episode. Now, have you looked at the title of it?
Me?
Yeah. Did it release? I didn't get the notification.
No, but you have the login to go look at it. Anyway, then it'll be a fun surprise because as it turns out, it did not record my side. It recorded your side. So there's just some fun yodeling in the middle of the episode.
I told him, I was like, oh, if it's going to keep recording. He dropped out and I was like, oh, I guess this is my solo show now. So I just started going yodeling.
You started yodeling in the middle of it.
Gotta keep the people entertained.
It was a fun surprise when I was editing yesterday, and it was just like hello, and then you just started yodeling, and I was like, what the fuck?
It's one of my many skills and qualities.
Oh, I love that so much. That's very Ripley.
So you're gonna introduce this podcast or what?
What, me? This is yours. You get to do it.
It was my turn last time.
It's always my turn. You always just like
exactly.
shove it off on me.
So it's your turn.
No, it's always my turn. So it's your turn.
It's like driving. You drive.
Yeah, I drive. So you introduce.
The argument. You drive.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Mindless Prattle. I'm Ripley. This time we have a guest.
Yeah.
Hi.
You can introduce yourself. You don't have to whisper.
Oh
no!
It's very chill. We talk about
it's too late.
Anything and everything. It's called Mindless Prattle because we just mindlessly discuss things.
We love that. Hi, my name is Kavaki909 and I stream over on Twitch and dabble in a little bit of YouTube as well.
Look, she's so good at self-plugging. She's great already. All right, and you know Jordan.
She's better than you. I know, it's crazy.
It's not very true.
Anxiety.
Anytime it comes up with your Twitch, I'm just like, and she streams, and you're like, yes,
I have a panel for the podcast on my Twitch. I've never found the balance for like self promo.
I love the response of just yes.
We'll send everyone over.
Stares blankly into the void.
Literally, we used to. So before his internet got crappy, we were like doing videos too, and it was so fun, like watching my facial expressions in the videos. Sorry to our YouTube people.
He got crappy. I mean, before
all three of them
moved. Yeah. All three of them. I think it's
3 people's a lot. If there are 3 people in a room watching you, you'd be kind of like, oh.
I mean, yeah, people really do underestimate. I've turned the number off. Oh my gosh, my voice. I've turned the number off, but it'll hit like 25 and one of my mods will be like, hey, do you want to know the number? I'm like, I will demod you if you tell me the number. I don't want to know.
Do not tell me things.
Do not tell me. It's easier not knowing because I treat chat the same either way.
I think for me, like I don't turn it off like when I'm in my like streaming service or whatever because I still use Streamlabs OBS. Don't come for me. I don't pay for it. But I still use Streamlabs OBS and I don't turn it off because for me though, it's like, oh, I have 5 viewers. That's so many. Like I get so excited. And then other people are like, oh, I have 5 viewers. I'm in a KMS or something. And I'm like, no, that's a lot. Like
that's a lot.
Yeah,
I like seeing 5 people.
Even if there's 0, I just like hearing myself talk. I'll just keep going.
Although I will say when I get into upper numbers, like I have to turn it off. Like the few times I've like had a lot of viewers in my stream, it has made me extremely anxious and I feel like it's hard to keep up with chat and seeing like triple digit viewers is kind of terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if I get past like 20 to 30, I'm like, okay, time to turn it off.
I used to not obsess over it, but when I was starting, I would really let it affect my mood and how long I would stream. And then I recognized that I was like, I'm doing this for fun and to like, I don't know, maybe make someone's day a little bit better if they find my stupidity funny. I don't want to focus on the numbers. I try to not like, I'll look at the analytics just to keep track of things like on and off stream, or like off stream, my bad. But when it comes to view count or like, oh, you guys haven't donated in 5 minutes, what the hell? Like, no, fuck off.
Some people are into that though. Like some people watch streams because they're looking for like more of like a fandom type thing.
Fair enough. It's like
Which,
very sim
cool
culture.
for you, but even when people do sub and give me money and stuff, I feel a little awkward about it because I'm just like, I'm not a very serious streamer. Jordan also not a very serious streamer when he streams.
That once every 3 months.
God.
But so like I think you take it a little bit more seriously. But for me, I'm always like, oh my god, why would you spend your money on me?
I've gotten some donations. I have the text to speech thing, and I've gotten some donations where people will donate the very minimum just to say something funny on stream, and those are the ones where I'm like, listen, that's pretty good. That's pretty fucking funny. But if it's over anything of like $5, my brain just goes, no, you probably have like a family. So I understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. So here on the podcast, we can talk about literally anything.
Okay.
We just kind of jump from topic to topic. Like I was telling, this is random, but I had a thought. Unless Jordan would like to say something, I feel like you're quiet. It's only been 7 minutes, but
no, there's just a lot of background noise on over here right now, so I'm just muting myself when I'm not talking.
No,
but I was telling Jordan, so on our Twitter for the podcast, we don't follow a lot of people. We follow like 2 people. So because of this, like it'll give us like recommendations for things. So I told him yesterday I was like tweeting something, and it gave me a recommendation for entertainment. And it was straight up just
was entertainment. Yeah.
It was just
That's the end of the story.
I don't think I told him, but it was like a straight up pussy pic. Like
oh my
like
Christ.
Taken from like top down, like her viewpoint top down, And I was like, this is kind of a tasteful photo, but that's not what I want to see when I'm like looking for entertainment. Like I'm trying to tweet about the podcast, not see your kitty. Like
oh god.
I was just like, I don't understand.
We've only had fun times with that Twitter account because I created the account, and then the next day I got an email saying that it had been banned, and I went, I haven't done literally anything with that account yet. So I got it unbanned, and then it got banned the next week and for some other violation. I'm like, I literally haven't posted anything. It's just been an empty account for 2 weeks. I don't understand this.
I get, because I'm still technically on like a health hiatus from streaming, I get like DMs and they just say like Adam and then a bunch of IP coordinates and bank account information, and I'm just like, go back. Huh?
You're like,
what
delete, delete, report, block.
It's either that or it's just like people going, hey, to a group chat of 27 fucking individuals.
That's why I don't look at any like messages on like my PlayStation or Xbox accounts or anything like that, because they're all just spam accounts like that where they invited 20 random people.
Look, it's just like this person's left the group, this person's left the group. You don't just go for one fit. I'm just saying.
Do you guys also have the oh god, what is it called? The Xbox like dashboard on your computer now? Do you guys also have that?
Yeah, I've had it since it was like in beta.
I think it's like installed on all the new computers now.
So I have that, and I didn't know what it was, and so I got Halo Infinite, and I started using it with friends more. And then I stopped using it. I came back, and it made me feel like I was in like 2009, 2010 again, watching my brother play Call of Duty, because it was a Xbox DM, like Xbox chat DM from someone I didn't know nor I had play history with, saying, "You so sexy, girl," and I was like, "What the fuck?"
You know what my favorite DM I've ever gotten on Xbox was? I had a beta code for one of the Call of Duty games. Jordan, do you remember which one it was?
No. There's at least like 100 of those.
I think it was like after we were in high school, but we were playing Call of Duty beta, and we were like swapping off my controller because I only had a code for my account. So we were just playing together.
Oh yeah,
in the beta.
I remember that. Yeah, that was like Black Ops 2, I think.
Okay, so it was a while ago, but I'm okay. I'm not very great, at Call of Duty. I'm okay. Jordan is much better than me, much better. And so he would take it, and just absolutely decimate. And at one point, he's like using a shotgun, just messing around with different guns, playing, right? And after, do you remember exactly what it said? Because I might be able to pull it up or something. But after we finish this round, we get this angry DM from someone who he had killed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was. Well, the problem was, it was skill-based matchmaking. Like it determined your skill based on how well you did in the last match, and then puts you with similar people in the next match. So when she would play, it would match you into the next match with people that were also like good at the game but not great, and then I would play and I would not be on their level. And so we got a message right after that, and it basically said only, what was it, like only something use shotguns. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it said, but
eaters or noobs or something crazy. Like just those guys so upset. And then I checked, and Jordan had gotten like maybe 20 something kills. You know, it was like a good amount compared to everybody else, but it wasn't like he was doing crazy, like murdering everybody in a half second, like he's some superhero or something. It was very reasonable.
He basically just sent a message that said only noobs use shotguns, and I just responded K.
You know, and then sometimes like he'd let me play on his account and I feel bad because like, man, your teammates are probably like, what the fuck happened to this guy in the last round?
That I feel like
every other match.
I feel like playing on Jordan's account is the English is the equivalence of when Ripley started Dares of Eternity for the first time and left her fucking mic on.
I think about that every time I play now. No, okay. No, it was worse because I'm sitting there.
Asshole, you're leaving me behind.
No. So listen, I was streaming, right, and I was like so nervous because I hadn't played it before, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, you know, streaming, and I thought I didn't know that they had the microphones automatically on in Destiny 2. So I'm like talking the whole time. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm so bad, I can't believe this, like, oh, and I'm like, you know, reacting to every kill I make. I'm like, oh shit, like just talking, and I'm like, I feel so bad for my team, I'm like the worst player ever, like I'm just talking about how bad I am consistently. And then about halfway through the match, I realized I can see like the little microphone symbol on my screen, and I'm like, are the mics on? Can everybody hear me? And so I went and changed my settings, and yeah, it like defaults to mics on for like everybody in your team. And I was like, oh,
like a majority of new games do that now, and it's super funny.
I don't want to hear it.
Like I remember you playing that, and you were so frustrated. It was really entertaining on my end of things.
Oh, everyone's hers, yeah.
But like all I hear is it's the just banter. And I can only hope that other people heard it. I like to believe it helps me sleep at night knowing that other people were hearing Ripley go, oh my god, I'm so ass. Shit, I hope these people know that I'm not trying to be this shitty. Like it was just like constant mindless prattle to herself, and it was it was perfect.
Yeah,
it was perfect, and I loved it.
I mean, you know how like I'm not great. Like the other day we played a match of Destiny 2 Crucible, like the online PvP mode. And I got good. At the end, we got to the match and it said I had 30 kills. And I was like, I was telling her and our other friend, I was like, there's no way I got 30 kills. Like that's glitch, right? Like I was so impressed. I took a picture. Mode? Yeah, I took a picture, and when I don't remember what we were doing. We were doing PvP, but I just remember at the end of the match, like we were all at the top of the team. I ended up sending a picture to Jordan. I was like, I got 30 kills, question mark, you know, like no.
No, I think that was one where you were like, I'm doing so shit. And I literally would press tab, look at like the lineup of the team. I was like, Ripley, you are literally in second place. You were fine. You were no.
I got in the flow. I don't know. That's normally Jordan's territory.
I've noticed that.
Not in Destiny, no. I'm terrible at Destiny.
You are? Oh, I want to get you on Destiny now.
I wish you would play it again. It'd be fun. It's cross-platform too, so it like wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, but it doesn't really flow well with shitty hotel internet.
That is true.
You don't have your computer, do you?
No, I have a laptop right now.
Oh, don't try. Listen. My friend tried running her stream yesterday for Sea of Thieves without changing the bit rate on her new computer for Streamlabs, and it was on like 6,000. Like, it was such a high bit rate, but
when I used to have like top tier beautiful internet, I maxed out at 4,000.
Yeah, I maxed out at 4,000.
My Streamlabs used to recommend me at 6,000, and I was like, no, what? I'm not trying to like that's crazy to me. That's ridiculous.
It's their default. That's why.
And I think I've lowered it to like 2,500 now or something like that.
I think
and people seem to have no issue with it.
I think mine's 35. But I'm actually helping them with that later. They were like, hey, I still use Streamlabs, like the Slob Studio. And I was like, I will help you convert things to OBS because it runs a lot smoother.
Yeah, sometimes I want to. I complain about streaming technology
I can help you with it. I can help you with it either next time I'm with you or over call one of these days. I don't mind.
Does anybody have a story?
What kind?
Any. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine.
Because I feel bad. I was like, damn, I've been talking for a minute. And Jordan,
no, you're okay.
No, you're good. I mean, the whole point of this is to talk, so.
I have weird Twitch stories like with my chat.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Jordan first, then Kava. Let's give you some airtime.
Yeah. I don't even have a story. What do you want?
You said you did.
No, I didn't.
You said
yes. Think of something dumb that's happened to the three of us.
You said you had a Twitch story, so now we got to go there. Clearly, we're professionals.
Yes, clearly. I'm gonna get you guys thicker water next time I'm there.
What?
Next time I see you guys in person, we're gonna get thicker water.
Why?
You have thick water.
Thick water's awful.
What? Have you had
it?
No, I just read about it online.
I saw this video from a YouTuber I really like, and they were looking at like weird bumper stickers, and it had to be a custom-made sticker, but I kind of want to put it on my car. But it was just a sticker that said Gatorade should be thicker. Just in Comic Sans.
Yes, it should.
No, God, I've heard about this because actually, like a lot of disabled people or people in long-term hospice care can't drink liquids very well on their own. So they have this thing they'll add to water to make it thicker.
Yeah.
And a lot of nurses talk about how they've tried it and how fucking awful it is.
Yeah, it doesn't taste good. But
I don't think things should be thicker.
It's like I don't want to say like an
liquid
allergen.
for a reason.
Yeah. Oh God.
Kat has been sleeping for so long. I'm a little nervous.
No, they do that.
What? During the day? That's craziness.
No, because normally she like begs me to play. She doesn't sleep this time of day normally.
She's probably tired. Or maybe cat period. I don't know.
That's my big I was telling Jordan and complaining to people because she was scratching this part of the couch and I was like using this anti-scratch spray. She didn't give a fuck about it. Like so yesterday, but she doesn't like a lot of toys and things like that. Like she's very picky with what she'll use. Like she doesn't like the scratching post we have. She'll use the bottom of it, but she won't use the scratching part very often. So I went and got one of those. It's like got a ball track around it, and it's got like the removable, disposable, and like it's biodegradable like cardboard scratch posts you can replace. And it came with like a packet of catnip, so you put catnip underneath it and then put the scratch post in it. And she is using it. And she likes playing with the ball. She played with it for like 20 whole minutes yesterday. And normally she would like swat at something twice and walk away. So that is my I'm so happy good thing for the week.
Yeah. You've been spending a lot on cat toys and just kind of like sitting there watching her for a long time and then going, well, that one's a bust.
No, but that's the thing. When you're new to having a cat, that's kind of what happens. I remember when we first got my cat, I was like, oh God, 13, maybe 12 when we got her. And my family had never had a cat before. My brother had never had a cat. My parents had never had a cat. Like none of us were experienced, but I was the one who always wanted one. And we had a little dog. So we were like, okay, yeah, this could work. And so we get a cat from one of our family friends in this very weird situation. And I didn't know what to do. And I had a lot of cords in my room. So my biggest concerns was, oh God, cord management. Oh God, she's going to bite on something while I'm in school and electrocute herself. And I'm going to come home. She's going to be dead. And it's going to be this whole just like anxiety mess. I would wake up in the morning, find her asleep in the tub, go to school, come back, and she would still be in the tub sleeping.
Damn.
I don't know why, but I tried by buying toy after toy after toy. And she would do that thing where she would swat it and then fuck off. And I'm just like, well, there's the use of that for $20. So cats are just very fickle creatures.
Yeah, and there's a small like pet supply place near the house, and we went there once. We walked in. They have like this, I don't know, like 6-foot section of cat toys and cat food, and then the entire rest of the store was just dog. Like just dog things.
Yeah, like, all my coworkers were telling me, "Oh, it's so amazing, love this place," and then there's barely anything there.
And then we went up to the cashier and we were like, "Yeah, we just got a new cat, so we're trying to look for cat toys." She's like, "Oh yeah, I really love cats, and you should get one of these and one of these things and one of those." And we're like, "Do you have any in there?" And she goes, "Well, no, not here. All we have is that little section." And I'm like, "Well, then what the fuck good are you?"
I wanted to
Guess
find
I'll
some
go
like
to Amazon. See ya.
chew treats because somebody was saying like, oh, they have like dental treats for cats, and I cannot find any anywhere.
I get, truth be told, I just do all my cat shopping off Amazon now. The only thing I get in person is her food and litter. But when it comes to toys or treats, my cat is very, like, stupid amounts of picky. Maybe it's just because she's a calico, but she's kind of a little shit. I love her with all my heart, but she's a little shit. Um, when we buy her appetite control cat food because she's a little on the chunk side. She will not, if you open those cans, she knows what it is. She loves the smell. She'll smell it. But if you put it on a paper towel or a paper plate, she will not touch it. You have to open it, leave it in the can, and then she'll eat from it. And she's like, no, I like the can added flavor. But I got, what's the, hold on, I have the treats that I buy her. I get her like the blue wilderness chicken and duck treats.
That's
Those
the
are really
food
good.
I just got her because she was having tummy issues. So I got her the blue wilderness, like sensitive stomach food. Yeah, that's what we used to feed our dogs at home.
Yeah, the wilderness is pretty good, and we also do, oh god, what is it? Cane Royal sometimes.
Canine Royal, yeah.
But that shit's like really expensive, so we usually just stick to blue.
I looked at Science Diet too, but they were everything except for like their food, like wet food pouches, was expensive.
Welcome back to our our cat care podcast, where we only discuss the things and the problems with our.
My life has been absorbed by the cat. We can talk about whatever.
No, I know.
Sometimes we do would you rather questions that are really fucked up.
Oh, let's do that. That would be fucking interesting.
Jordan, do you still have your weird list of would you rather questions?
I can pull it up real quick if you want.
I like the ones that it's like it's truly hard to choose.
Yeah, well, because it gets your brain going, and then you come up with like really weird scenario answers, and it's perfect.
It's like the one I remember from like middle school that people used to ask you is like, would you rather have dicks for hands or 10 dick fingers?
10 dick fingers.
Like each finger, each digit is its own dick.
I mean, technically, a penis is still a muscle, so I could probably like.
But they're like jiggly, you know. So I don't think you could use them like.
Right, I forgot that you have to. That means
no, they're just hard 100% of the time.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, wait, that means I'd have to get my hands hard.
I don't like that.
100% of the time.
See, those are the kinds of questions.
I'm trying to. I feel like there was one that went around my middle school, but I can't tell if it's really lame or not. But it was like, would you rather be like 4'10" or 6'8"?
4'10".
Would you though? I feel like both would have very similar issues.
I would be losing maybe 5 inches of height. I think I could work it out. You know, like it would be fine. Like half a foot, I could do that. I'm probably gonna get that short eventually when I'm old, anyways. So we're just speeding up the process here.
One of my coworkers refuses to learn names, and so she calls everybody by like their height. And so our
how is that easier?
I don't know. No,
wait, hold on. Is she just like, hey, 5'10"? What's up?
No, it's not the numbers. Like one of the front desk ladies at the clinic, who's super sweet. She just calls her extra small.
Okay, I was about to be like, hey, what's up, 4'8"? And you're like,
no.
What? Like, how is that easier than a name?
She's like 18, and she just works up at the front desk, like checks in our patients and stuff. And she was like, oh yeah, extra small is so sweet. But we didn't know who the fuck she was talking about till she passed us one day, and she looked me up and down and goes, that's extra small. And I was like, bro, fuck. And then
getting roasted at work.
I think she calls our head doctor Green Bean, or like the green giant. Because like he's really fucking tall compared to all of us.
I'm gonna start calling people by their height. No, carry around a tape measure everywhere. That way it can be accurate. Like, oh, you've changed 5'8", you 5'7" now.
You've changed to 5'8". I know that there's a streamer. I just reminded me of this. There's a streamer, and every time he goes to the DMV, he changes his height by an inch taller. And now he's like 5'11" in reality, but now he on his license, or his driver's license, says like 6'3". And nobody's just corrected it.
I feel like at some point they need to be like, you know?
That's what I thought. Because
if the police pull you over, they're gonna be like, this isn't you. Like,
this isn't
fake ID.
It looks like you. It's gonna be like a Mandela catalog thing. If you see anybody that looks like
my god,
don't interact.
TikTok has been TikTok has been recommending me those lately.
I love it. I love it.
I saw one. The first few I saw weren't too creepy. I saw one recently. So basically, Jordan, there's this TikTok trend. It's like a video, and it'll be like, if you see somebody that looks like you, run away, like stuff like that. And then it's just a creepy video. But the one I saw was this girl in her car driving, and I was in my car on my lunch break.
Oh no.
And she was in her car driving, and it was that sound. And then it pans to the back, and she like edited in like this creepy, smoky creature with like no face and just like orby eyes in like in her rear view mirror that looked like her, but was like an evil creature looking thing. And I was like, what a time to see this video.
The whole thing is called Mandela Catalog. It's one of those internet. I don't know if it's just a creepy story or considered an ARG.
Like what is it? Like the Backrooms type thing?
Yeah, kind of like the Backrooms. If you're into spooky ARG stuff, kind of like Local 58. But the whole thing is that there's these creatures called alternates, and they look like humans, but there are things that can vary in slight differences to drastic differences. So you could see your quote unquote alternate, and it could just be a different nose shape, or the eyes are wider, or your arms are longer, like a Slenderman character. And I don't think, I could be wrong, maybe I'm just not super into it, but I don't think we know exactly what the origin of them are, just that they're there in that created world. And that their main goal is to replace you. And it's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't like that. I tend towards paranoia. Especially when I'm alone for long periods of time. So I feel like I can't think about
That's why
that.
the cat's there.
You said that, and I'm just getting the creeps,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't pick up the cat.
It's okay. I gotta
Don't pick her up.
This is why I don't like watch a lot of scary movies and stuff anymore, because like I remember when we first moved into this apartment, there was a night where the closet door was open. And I was like, hey, can you close the closet door? And Jordan was like, why? And I was like, I don't, just close the door. Just close the door. And he was like, you gotta tell me why. Like, if I'm gonna get up and do this, like, you need to explain it. And I was like, somebody's in there. And he's like laying in bed next to me. He goes, well, now I'm scared too.
I was like, hello, is anyone there? She's like, can you go do it? I'm like, no, I don't want to die. You go do it.
Which is funny because I see Jordan as like this, like, I'm sarcastic. I don't really give a shit about anything. So to know that Jordan was like, well, now I'm fucking scared. It just really cracks me up.
Or like, well, have we? I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast. That time you got mad at me because I held on to you in a dream.
Oh yeah, okay. So you tried to kill me, and
so basically the next morning I woke up and he was just like upset at me, like, you better not ever do this. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is what happened. Let me tell you what happened. All right.
Oh, there he goes.
Time for yodeling.
There he goes. 30 minutes
there he goes. There he goes again. You just start coming up with our own beats like this is my podcast.
Editor Jordan from the future, we greatly apologize for this disturbance of the podcast.
I don't. There's been a disturbance in the podcast.
Well, so when I drop out, does it keep you in there for a minute and then kick you out, or how does that work?
Yeah.
Weird. Because I could hear you still. Yeah, I could hear you, and then it showed that I was still connected, and then the whole thing just crashed. But my internet didn't go out. It said the website could no longer be reached, and I was like, all right.
Oh my god.
Thank you. But like, I could still hear you, but you couldn't hear me, and I was like, cool.
Oh, so you heard everything. All right, no surprises then.
No. Damn. Tragic. I love when those things happen, and we can just be like, editor, for you later.
So Jordan was going to tell his story about.
Oh yeah, the sleeping thing. Bro.
No.
Bro. No. There it is.
Why do this to me? Why?
It wouldn't be an episode of the podcast without some sort of issue.
Yeah, that's okay.
The world just left me. Next week, I'm gonna just have you fucking host, and then it'll just be you by yourself. Don't worry about
it. Oh no.
Just bring on a new guest every week.
There you go.
You know, like how you can pay celebrities to like chat with you, video chat with you. Could you pay them and be like, we're recording a podcast? Yeah, like you can pay them to do like record a video message or things like that for like
Oh,
I
birthdays
don't
right.
and
just
stuff.
show up for fun.
Well, no, I didn't know that they would take, like, PayPal payments for that shit.
I don't know if it's PayPal, but yeah,
I
so I
don't think
wonder if
I
you
have
could do
enough
that. Be
money
like,
in PayPal for that though.
I'm not allowed to use my PayPal credit card.
I hate PayPal with a passion.
So I was going to be told a story about sleeping, Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, how far in did I get before it said
Like
no
not
more?
at all. Just
Not
start
at
over.
all, just start from the
Not at
beginning.
all. Oh, good.
Mm-mm.
That's good. Well, now I've forgotten. First, I was
No, about a
asleep,
dream.
and then I woke up, and then no. So I had a dream where
We all did.
yeah, I know, right? But I had a
Fucking
dream
Martin Luther
where someone
King.
broke into the apartment, and I was trying to get up to deal with it, and you would not let me go because you were too scared. And then he just came in and killed us both. So I woke up in the middle of the night, just like angry because you were cuddling with me, and I was like, "This bitch, like what?"
What?
So then I didn't do anything, right? Didn't do anything. Didn't mention it all the whole day. The next night, she starts cuddling with me, and I was like, "Listen, if someone breaks in, you need to let the fuck go." She's like, "Why? Where's this coming from?" And then I told her about the dream. She's like, "That's crazy." I said, "No, don't hold on to me. I'm gonna be pissed and start having to hit you and then go deal with it. I don't want to do it."
It's like all I'm imagining is like a dad trying to go to work and his 3-year-old clinging to his calf. That's like all I'm imagining.
Yeah, she
I
tried to
wouldn't
kill
do that
me.
in real life.
She did. She tried to kill me. I saw it. I saw it happen.
That was a dream, Jordan.
Look, I couldn't even get up to go pee without you like holding on to me. All right, if someone breaks in, you're gonna like clutch harder. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, great. Now we're both dead.
This is the whole conversation of, babe, why are you pissed? You cheated on me in a dream.
No, my mom used to
that's
do that shit all the
fine.
time.
Yeah, like she'll wake up, she'll be like, "I had sex with this person." Like, all right, cool. But if I wake up and I'm like, "Bro, you killed somebody. You killed me," I'm mad. Be like, stop
I'm
that.
mad.
No,
You just have to tell Ripley one morning that you had sex with Ryan Reynolds, and then it's even. Because apparently every man.
Time, okay.
No. We talked about that yesterday. I was like, I don't believe in hall passes, like in relationships. Like, I think that's a dumb concept. But if I did, like, it's like so the hall
like a celebrity pass, something or
yeah, like if you would never cheat on your spouse, but if you met this person, you'd be allowed to. Like, I think that's
hell
weird.
no.
But I was like, if I ever had one, it would be Anya Taylor-Joy. It would not be no Ryan Reynolds or not. It would be Anya Taylor-Joy.
Jennifer Lawrence.
All right.
Love her.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Just subtly in the background.
Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence and Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, his wife.
Blake Lively's
lovely. Just
I'll take him and his wife.
Like, oh, you guys are out on a family dinner. Let's go.
Let's get.
Are you looking for a third?
Are you?
You know what? I see that's like relationship subreddits are so funny because like when women post, it's usually like, my significant other has clearly and obviously been mentally and physically abusing me for 5 years. Should I give him another chance? And then on the guy side, it's like, I convinced my significant other to like open up our relationship, even though she told me no 10 times. And now she's getting more guys than I am getting any girls. Am I the asshole?
No, you just reminded me of something. I saw this Am I the Asshole post. I wish I could fucking find it because it was God tier. And it was labeled, I broke my boyfriend. And he had cheated. They were together for like, God, 6 years, and he had cheated on her like a dozen times.
Damn.
And when she confronted him and everything, he was like, I'll do anything. Like, I love you. Like, it was meaningless sex, like this whole thing. And she goes, anything? And he was like, yes, of course. She goes, okay, watch me sleep with 12 guys. And he tried it once, got up, walked away, left the house, dropped out of school, left his job, and went completely off the radar. And she heard from his brother that he just was destroyed.
Jesus.
And I was like, that's why you don't do that shit. You like someone else, break up with your partner, move on.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
I feel like if you're gonna open up your relationship, like, wouldn't you have done that like in the beginning? Like, wouldn't that have been something you'd already know about? I feel like every post I've seen where people are like, I convinced my significant other to open up our relationship because I was bored. It always it doesn't go well.
What the hell?
All right, listen.
What the hell? No,
I gotta tell you first, I'm not touching on another man. There is no other man in this world I would touch besides Jordan. It's not happening.
I'm single, so I can't with myself. I don't know.
That's
I'm
my
single with
girlfriend.
someone. Yeah, I'm not single with someone else. That's good.
Yeah, no. No, but, and my brain's going blank. Yeah, no, I feel like because I have friends who are, like, in polyamorous relationships where they have multiple partners, but even
Mhm.
then, there's, like, boundaries,
Yeah, there's
and
rules.
there's rules, it's established. I feel like if you go in a relationship and start saying, like, "Oh, it was only this one person this one time randomly, like, it didn't mean anything." Bitch, get out. Get the
Go to a
fuck out.
swingers party.
Oh, yeah,
You
do
don't have you
that.
don't even have to open up your relationship. Go to a swingers party if you're really into that.
Yeah, but make sure that both of you are into that. I feel like that's something that should be discussed before
But I
dating
gotta tell you, the
someone.
only
Right.
time
You
I've
got to find a way to
even
bring that up, though.
I
Like,
gotta
hey,
tell
there's
the
this
only
party.
I could date it.
the only time I've ever brought up anything like that, I feel like has been when I've been at my most, like, mentally ill, like, manic or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
And Jordan's like, "Yeah, that's nice, honey. Let's talk about that in a few days."
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
the
And
cat
then I
I
shows
just
think
up.
that's
never talk about it again.
well, yeah, well, I
Like,
think, I think when you have a partner and you know that, like, for example, Jordan to you, like, he's aware of your mental state and how it can fluctuate with any human being. I think it's good that Jordan genuinely takes care of you, and
the
it's like
bar is so low, it's on the
Yeah,
ground.
and then return, I get held down and killed in my sleep. And
Oh god. I remember that's the story. I went to go visit a friend, and I wound up having to stay the night at their house for, like I was with them for, like, a week. It was gonna be a long trip. We decided to add a day, and I still talk to her. I love her to pieces. She's a good friend of mine.
Mhm.
But the way that their house was set up, this was during the pandemic. Not the smartest idea, but it was at the beginning, so, like, certain states were still,
Ooh,
like,
I'm
deciding if they were
tattling.
gonna certain states were still deciding if they were gonna do lockdown, and so I was like, "I'm probably not gonna see you guys for a while, so we'll just do a long trip, we'll play it safe, we'll keep the friends that we have planned 'cause it's for graduation." So we are like, "Okay, we'll do everything like, we'll just keep the same friends around, we won't go see new friends to try to just be as safe as possible." It's still a dumb idea, but I stayed with her for a week and a day. But the way that the house was set up is that because of the pandemic, her some of her older families or, like, some of her siblings also stayed in the house. So did you just take a hit of your vape?
Shut up.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like she tried to hit the mute button and then just missed it again.
No. I was
She
trying
did that
to blow
last week
the
too.
air away from the vent because I get paranoid that it'll go make
Mm,
the
mhm,
smoke
mhm.
detector go off, even though it doesn't ever go
It
off
doesn't.
ever.
If you're vaping that much that the smoke alarm goes off, we have other issues.
No, I don't. When my mother visited, I was much more concerned.
Oh yeah,
That's
That
fair.
woman
she's
makes
got clouds coming
clouds.
out. Yeah.
Clouds. I'm just imagining, like, an old school Studio Ghibli character with, like, the animated cloud puffs and rings.
It's
Oh
basically like
god.
that, yeah.
God. But yeah, no, so we had all stayed in the one house. There was, like, 14 people in this house. I was the only person who wasn't family staying in this house, right? So it was all, like, because they had lost their apartments because of the COVID thing happening and everything. So everybody was staying in the house. Lovely family, truthfully. I love her family. But her brother, who was a year older than us, stayed out on the couch, and then me, her, and then I think one or two of the other sisters and, like, cousins of the family and, like, nieces and stuff stayed in the room with us, but there were only 2 beds. So me and her shared a bed, and I didn't mind that. But what I thought was really funny is that I woke up in the middle of the night, we had fallen asleep really late, and she just, like, turned and then just, like, threw her body on top of me, and I was, like, not in a comfortable position to, like, cuddle, so I moved. I was like, "No, no, move this way, Faith, move this way," and she goes, "No." I asked her in the morning, I was like, "Do you remember this?" She goes, "No, what the hell?"
Did I tell you why Chelsea stopped having sleepovers with me?
I think you have. Don't you have, like, sleepwalk or something?
So, yeah, I did sleepwalk when I was a kid. That stopped when I was, like, 11. But I still, like, I move around a lot in my sleep, and I guess that means I do creepy things sometimes. So there was a night we were, like, I think, like,
Fuck.
maybe ninth or 10th grade, like, she's sleeping over, and she's, like, I think I was on the left side of the bed, and she was on the right or something like that. But she said in the middle of the night, with my eyes, like, my face, like, dead asleep, eyes closed, everything, I, like, flipped in my sleep and, like, sat up and like turned and looked at her, but with my eyes still closed in my sleep. And she said I held that position and stared at her for maybe 30 seconds to a minute,
You're
flipped back over and
terrifying.
went back to sleep. And she was like, I love you. But she was like, that scared the absolute shit out of me.
It scared the shit out of me too. One of my
she had a lot of creepy things happen to her at my house, so I don't blame her. Like my sister and I used to say that there was like a malevolent spirit that followed me around or something.
when I visited your house, there was like a little bit of an eerie vibe, but I could never tell what it was. I just pushed it off as like, oh, this is a house I'm not used to. And so I was like, whatever.
I got a different. I was with a friend I won't name at a concert, and we both had taken an edible for fun. We were chilling, right? Said friend gets very claustrophobic, so the area got really crowded really quickly, and we had to kind of like leave very quickly. I'm high, right? Like I was much higher than I thought I would be. It was something she had given me. It was a great gummy, very yummy. But I was high, and she starts freaking the fuck out, right? Like she is panicking about the crowd, and then she's panicking, and I'm trying not to panic because she's panicking, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is not good right now. I am high. Like I
remember you like telling me about this story the next day, and I was like, did you not like ask for help from anyone you knew? And you're like, nah, we just dealt with it. I'm like, fucking cool.
Well, so I did ask for some help. So we get a security guard to like let us out behind the concert area. They weren't really supposed to because that's where the artist was going to come out, and he was kind of a big deal. So she's like sitting on the sidewalk, still having a panic attack, and then he walks out, and she's like half having a panic attack. She's like, "Oh my god, it's him!" And then she's still having the panic attack, and I'm like sitting there, just like, "Oh my god, just act calm, just pretend you're good, like just stay chill, like don't add to her panic." And then we have to walk around to the front of the hotel, but all these different places are blocked off because it's a concert, So like a lot of the streets are closed, and I'm trying to find us like an Uber, a Lyft, like anything, and they're not working. The people can't find me, and they didn't have like the dedicated GPS tracking back then in those apps, So like now you can drop a ping or whatever, but then it was just like meet on these cross streets. And let me tell you, I was so fucking stressed out. I had Chelsea end up helping me. She ended up getting a lift to us and like getting the instructions, because I had 2 drivers cancel on me because they were like, the road's closed, I can't do anything. And I'm like, I'm looking at the road right now, I can see the side you can come up on. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm still high throughout this. So I have to applaud my problem solving skills, because it's like minor emergencies I can't handle, right? But when things are like serious,
when things go slightly wrong, you're just like, I don't know how to human right now.
Yeah.
But big, and then like emergencies deals happen. She's like, here are the steps we take to get out of this situation. I'm like, what?
I don't know. It's like I can be very chill when bad shit's happening. So like I was just calm the whole time. I got us home, and I was like, man, that could have been so dangerous. Like, 2 women who have been drinking and are high, and one is like half out of her mind with a panic attack, like on this dark road at night after this like rapper concert. Like, I was scared a little bit.
I've had a very similar instance, but I wasn't high. Me and my friend were just being stupid. So
same thing, honestly.
I think we had just graduated, and we were hanging out. It was like super, super late at night. It was like 2 a.m. And that was new for us because our parents growing up throughout high school were like, yeah, you can hang out with this friend. We trust this friend. She drives, but like you still have a curfew. You still have school, right? And then I was like, fair enough. Fuck it. And I respect when living with my parents, like I respect their house rules. I'm not going to be, I pay for my own things, so I'm not going to be a degenerate, right?
Absolutely.
But I remember me and her, we were out super late, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting pretty tired. Do you mind taking me home? Or I can do Uber or something. And she goes, no, I'll take you home. I don't want you to have to deal with Ubers this late. And I was like, okay. So we start driving, and the way from my house to her house, we take one of like the main like interstates, like one of the main like highway, freeway, whatever. And I accidentally said, oh yeah, take this like off ramp. And so you take this off ramp, and I'm like, is this the right one? It's pitch black. I can't see shit. Other than like the road and trees and like just the long stretch of road in front of us.
That's creepy.
And I'm like, did I just direct her in the wrong direction? How far does this go? But there's no median in the middle, so we could get on the other side of the road illegally. And after like 15 minutes, I'm like, she looks at me, she goes, I think this is the wrong one because we hadn't seen
15
any
minutes it took?
15 minutes. Well, no, because like I was tired and I was like, it's fine. Like I trust this person. Like I'm not like it's whatever. I'd known her like since what 8th fucking grade. And then I check my map and I was like, oh shit, we're going towards Oregon. And so I was like, just slow down the car, just slow down the car. And I had her on this interstate. There was no oncoming traffic. It was dead as shit. I just had her like flip a U-turn and just go the other direction. She goes, why didn't you tell me sooner? And I was like, I
You're
don't
like,
know.
well, I was enjoying the nice peaceful night.
That's
With
literally
no
me
lights.
when we were in the car.
I wasn't panicked. I was just like, oh, that's not the direction. We need to go back.
Yeah,
And my
Ripley
parents
does
had
that all the time too.
But he gets angry if I tell him
Yeah.
before. He'll be like, I know. And then he'll do
No.
something and miss something.
Like
And I'm like,
I asked you for directions over to like your sister's place, and I was like, which turn is it? You're like, it's coming up. I'm like, that doesn't help me. You're like, it's coming up. And I'm like, okay, well, let me know where it is. And she goes, it was that one. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, what are you doing?
It was that one. I told you it was coming up. You just
I
didn't say
told you
that.
it was
My
coming
bad.
up. Didn't tell you how far. I'm like, oh, thank you.
I honestly don't know. I just go off of vibes every time I drive there.
Yeah, she's like, that building sort of looks familiar. I'm like, what
Plus,
building?
they were
She's
doing
like, the one they
construction in
live
the
in back there.
area, so they keep
Oh, that's the
changing where they're
worst.
doing the construction. So I get a little confused every time.
That's
Yeah,
the
because
worst.
you're memorizing where the construction is relative to your destination, not like where the street is. You know, the thing that
That
doesn't
would
change.
be helpful, wouldn't it?
But the amount of times that I've like taken a wrong turn and ended up in like some weird isolated area, I'm just like, so this is where the cryptids show up, and this is where I die.
You're like, I'm in a no sleep story. Cash.
I'm in a no sleep story. Did we get the would you rather questions?
Well, we started
I
talking
have
about
a
other
couple.
stuff.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
have a
Yeah,
couple.
go for it, homie.
Go for
Okay,
it.
well, first of all, last night I went to go get McDonald's because I'm just kind of fat. And I pulled up and I was like, yeah, I want chicken nuggets and fries and then some more fries. Why not? So I pulled up to the first window and I paid. And she goes, okay, can you go park in spot number 3? And I was like, okay, too easy. So I look up and there's a sign that says pickup 3 and it's a window. And I was like, that's not parking spot number 3 though. So I pulled up to this window and I look inside and it's barricaded off from the rest of the restaurant. So you can't get to it if you just walk inside. And I was like, that's kind of weird. It looks like it's closed. There's no lights on in there. And I was like, this is kind of strange. And then I look around the corner and it says drive-through parking and with a left arrow. And I was like, all right, I'll go around the corner. I went around the corner and there was spot 6. It was just parking spot 6. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to parking spot 3, which is apparently not a parking spot, just next to the window. So I went over there, parked it. I had to go all the way around the building, parked next to the window at 3. And then like 5 minutes later, somebody came over, turned on the light in the little room where the window was, and then opened the window, handed me the food, and then turned off the light and walked away. And I was like, man, this is like an abandoned building right here. Why am I picking up from this? Didn't make any sense.
Before we
confused.
do the would you rather, you just triggered. So I read a scary story on Reddit. And it was like basically this guy and his wife get an invite to a new Target opening up. And then his wife is like addicted to Target. So like they get an ad for this new Target opening up, right? And they go and visit it. And it's like in the middle of fucking nowhere. And they're like, the guy's like getting bad vibes. He and his wife get into an argument. She goes inside without him while he sits in the car. After like an hour, he decides to go in because she's still not there. He said the sign was kind of wonky.
Who the hell waits an hour? Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
Like 10 minutes and I'd be like, what's taking so long?
After 10 minutes, Jordan would be like, you're spending all your money, aren't you? I'm coming in.
After 10 minutes.
But so like he goes in and it's like, there's no one in there. It's super creepy. And all the mannequins start following him around. And like he can hear his like wife crying for help and shit like that. And he gets chased by all these mannequins around the store.
How did I trigger it? Wait a minute. I'm talking about McDonald's.
I know.
No, but like abandoned buildings and shit and like franchises that we all know.
Okay.
So and he escapes and then never gets his wife. He calls the police. The building is gone when they come out to check it. They think he's crazy.
I thought this was a true story when you started talking.
Did he leave? He left to go get the police. Just called 911 and stay at the building. What do you mean?
Because he's in the middle of fucking nowhere. So I think there was like details like their phones weren't working or something, like extra shit I can't remember.
Less potholes than I'm granted.
Okay. But they get out there, there's no Target. And he says like, and then at the ending is like a few years go by and he sees a new ad, just like the one they got, saying a new Target's opening up. And on the face of like all these smiling employees, he sees his wife there. And it really creeped me out of not wanting to go to Target for a while. I gotta say that. So.
Oh, you not wanting to go to Target? Are you fucking kidding me?
Bad because
I'm gonna send you that story every couple weeks just to be like, oh no, can't go to Target this week. What a shame.
But yeah, so let's get into your would you rather questions.
Would you rather?
Yeah, I got. Speaking of, this is a good one. All right, it ties perfectly into your little Target story. Like it's just at the top of the list. All right, you brought it up. Would you rather live in a house filled with mannequins that are dressed as clowns, or a house filled with painted porcelain dolls?
Painted porcelain dolls.
Oh no,
dolls are not that creepy.
What? Clowns are?
Did I not tell you what I did to my sister?
No, but like mannequins.
You did. Not on the podcast,
they're
though.
life size.
Kava, have I ever told you what I did to my sister when I was a kid?
I don't like the sound of this. You probably have, but
it's
remind
me.
Okay, remind me.
So, one, I have a fear of clowns, so the first option is also not great. But two, my grandparents are antique dealers, so when I was a kid, I had a lot of like, besides like normal stuffed animals and plushes, I had a lot of like antique porcelain dolls, life-size porcelain dolls, like all over my room. And when I was a kid, honestly, my parents should have taken me to a therapist or something because I've been mentally ill for a long time. Like I would make up stories in my head and I would convince myself to the point of hysteria and crying in my bed at night that my dolls were alive and they were plotting to kill me and they were going to come and kill me in my sleep. So one night, this idea got so intense that I took every single stuffed animal, doll, everything, including like a life-size Rapunzel doll from Barbie Rapunzel. I had a life-size antique Victorian doll that like dressed in a white gown, very spooky, and like literally every Barbie doll, everything I had. Took it across the hallway to my sister's room, set them up, sitting against the wall, facing her bed, and then I went back to sleep.
Like while she was sleeping.
And my sister woke up in the middle of the night screaming.
Understandably.
My parents, I think my parents like were laughing, but my mom she was like, why the fuck would you do that?
You just triggered a memory very similar of like the convincing myself like as a kid to like not mass hysteria, but like hysteria. I as a kid was obsessed with Animal Planet, the show. And for some reason, Animal Planet, when I was like, I was like fucking 9. Animal Planet had this segment in this show that would come on kind of later at night. And I've always loved creepy things. I've always loved ghost things. I've always loved theories and just like, it's interesting to me. And like gore doesn't bother me. Like everything's always been very interesting to me. And it was called The Haunted. And it was this TV show where they like investigate houses with like super creepy paranormal history. And I think the whole purpose of it was to like kind of like a Ghost Adventures type thing. But it was also like, oh, this is how animals react to this. And these animals pass away due to the stress from this ghost. And it was somehow geared towards the animal's behavior, I think. But I was so obsessed with this show. And my childhood house that I lived in with my parents for most of my life, we had the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, but then to the bedrooms, it was a small house. It was like a small one-story house. It was just this hallway. And then it would like branch off to the different rooms. So it was a cute, nice little house. And one night my parents decided, hey, we're going to go to dinner. Your brother's over at a friend's house down the street. You can watch whatever you want. If you want to make food or something, like I was 9, I was pretty capable of being by myself, I think. You can like make like mac and you can make like mac and cheese in the microwave. Just follow the instructions. Don't use the stove. Don't use the oven. Just do like little things, right? And I was like, okay. And I was watching The Haunted, and I remember I heard something in the back of the house, and I was like, oh, I'm probably just freaking myself out. So I'll wait for my parents to come home. So I paused the show and I kept it paused, and I think I just turned on all the lights in the room, like all the lights in the house that I could turn on without going towards the hallway. I turned on all the lights and I sat there in my dad's spot on the couch, just nervous because I felt very uncomfortable. And the moment that they came home, the show started playing by itself. And I was like, what the fuck? That's so creepy. And this kept happening because like that triggered something in my brain where I was like, I'm being watched. Like, there's a ghost watching me. So much to the point where like my parents banned me from watching it because I woke up in the middle of the night. My mom was still watching TV. This was like a couple weeks later. I'm really anxious. I sit down on the couch next to her and she goes, what's wrong? Why are you scared? And I go, I think I'm being watched. She was like, okay, no, we're not doing this. She's like, we're not doing this. No, you're banned. We're not doing this. I remember it vividly. She was like, okay, you're not watching that show anymore.
We talked about Jordan's diarrhea yesterday on last week's episode.
Oh yeah. What a segue!
You know,
yeah.
before I answer your would you rather question, I'm gonna tell you guys something. When I was a kid, equal anxiety story. When I was a kid, I made my mother come and check my poop after I used the bathroom.
I remember this
because I did tell you, I became obsessed. I became obsessed with the idea that I had worms. Don't know where I got it from. I think it's because my uncle had dogs outside of his house that had worms, and I would see them and get really nervous. And so I think I just got the idea in my head that there were worms around. But I became convinced, like fucking convinced, that I had worms. And I would make my mom come and check it after I used the bathroom. I'd be like, "There's worms," and she'd be like, "There are no worms. What are you talking about?" And my parents said I was normal.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your would you rather, I would take the porcelain doll house. I'd be fine with it.
I'll take the dolls too, honestly, because clowns to me worse.
Like dolls. Even if one of my friends growing up had he lived all the way in like the UK, but he decorated his room with like those black-eyed porcelain dolls. And I thought they were kind of cute. Not like in like I want some, but in like creepy aesthetic.
Like interesting choice. Okay.
Yeah. But
what about you, Jordan?
Which one would you take?
Between the mannequins or the dolls?
Dolls. Yeah.
I'd do mannequins. I'll go with the clowns.
Why?
Really?
Yeah, it's better.
No, you're wrong.
You have like no room in the fucking house.
What do you mean? It's just full of mannequins?
Yeah, if you just have mannequins of clowns everywhere, like that's gonna be kind of a bitch to navigate.
What if they move when you stop looking at them?
Okay, but what about tiny porcelain dolls? You're gonna like kick them their shin height.
Yeah,
right?
at least I can defend myself.
I don't want to kick porcelain Yeah, but they're harder. Plastic is plastic, porcelain. Like
I can imagine Jordan just taking one of the mannequins and throwing it like 30 feet. God. All right.
Look, I'm just saying.
On to the next one.
Would you rather have someone secretly give you LSD randomly twice a year, or have everyone in the world take LSD at the same time once every 5 years?
I think I'll take it twice a year at random. Holy shit! That's illegal. That's drugging someone. Hold on.
No, and I would like to point out the fact to you that taking any form of drugs without knowing can cause mental and psychotic breaks in a lot of people, especially people who don't know they have mental health conditions. Like people are all like, "Oh, these drugs are fun."
It's a hypothetical, all right?
No, I know, but like I wouldn't want
I'm
that because
planning something.
You know how I am. I don't know if I could take LSD. Like it seems like a cool drug and all, but like I worry.
You could either do it yourself, like you'd have to do it either way.
To be fair,
it's on the same day as everyone else.
To be fair, if we went with the alternative route, the once every 5 years, everybody on the planet takes LSD, that would be a population reducing thing for all the
oh my god,
that'd be so great.
Babies, that means babies would have to take LSD. I guess I'll get drugged twice a year. I don't want babies to die.
I'm doing 5 years. Every 5 years we're having a party.
We would probably get a B movie too, because if you think about it, I'm pretty sure the B movie was made on mass hysteria.
No, literally.
Like, what happened? Oh, she breaks up with
approved?
Her boyfriend because she sees a talking bee. Yeah, of course.
She fucked a bee.
That movie is bee porn.
It is.
Like,
God.
I have some questions for whoever wrote that
Beehive Keeper got bricked up during that movie.
I don't know if I ever told you. One of my old coworkers her favorite movie is the Bee Movie.
No.
So
Why?
I don't listen. All right, listen. So every day we'd have to send. We sent like a ton of emails to each other, and like we'd all get them. So what started happening is I downloaded the script for the Bee Movie, and I sent it to all my coworkers except for her. And what we would do is every time we had to send an email to like everybody in the office, we would take the next line of the script and put it in white ink and put it at the bottom of the email and send it to everyone. And to the point where we got like halfway through the script of the movie, and she's like, "This is a line from the Bee Movie," and I'm like, how would you know that? Like out of context, it just says like the flowers are dying. You know, like it doesn't even make sense. She's like, this is a line from the Bee Movie, and I was like, yeah, you should check your other emails from us. She went back and found all of the different lines from the Bee Movie. Just in there.
So
she's like, why are you guys doing this? We're like, just to make fun of it. There's nothing else to do, man.
We've been doing it for how long?
It went on for like a month.
God, my friend who also does content creation. I've known him for like 13 years. You know him, it's Stokes.
Oh yeah.
I hung out with Stokes in person. I flew down to see Stokes, and we were with a bunch of friends, and we all went to like one of like those buffet places, right? I think it was called like Soup Plantation or something. And Stokes has like some of the best humor that I've ever met in a person or like seen in a person. And it was like 12 of us in this fucking group. And we were all putting like our cards down and like, oh yeah, we'll split it this way and like this amount for this card. And Stokes grabs his wallet and has a green Uno reverse card. And he slaps it on. I have a video of him doing it. And he looks at me and goes, "It's my green card." And keep in mind, he's Mexican. I didn't make the connection till like 3 years later that was a green card joke.
3 years? Oh my god!
3 years. Well, because my brain was like,
just
oh, that's really
out of
funny.
The blue. Like, was like, that was a good one.
No, seriously. No, that's literally what the conversation was. Is that I was so busy with like, oh, this is a big group of party, like a big group. This is like a big group of people. I was like more focused on the fact that it was an Uno reverse card. Like, oh, he's just gonna get tipped back. Like that's the joke. And then I thought about it like 9 months ago. I thought about it and I texted him. I was like, was that a green card Mexican joke? And he goes, "Did you just fucking register that?" And I was like, yeah.
He was like, damn.
He was like, "That is my magnum opus. You cannot take that from me."
I just love that he had that ready to go. Man.
He still has it in his wallet, I think.
Yeah. I told Ripley, that's something we should start doing. If we go to restaurants or something, one of us should just be carrying a reverse card. And when it gets played, we just have to swap meals no matter what we ordered.
Oh my god.
I don't want to do that.
The poor
we have to.
Family
I'm
like
pickier than
kids.
That sucks. Yeah, like I put down the reverse card, the card. We trade meals. Then whenever we go out again, you'll have the card and you can play it if you want.
Oh my god. Imagine
whoever uses the card has to pay.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. But you have to at least try it if I Uno reverse you, okay?
I would at least try it.
That's gonna turn into like her ordering something else.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Now when we go to restaurants and I don't like stuff, I just don't eat it.
Yeah, she's like, well, I'm done eating for the day. And I'm like, oh, good.
Leftovers.
We get home and he's like, okay, can you eat something now? And I'm like, it's fine.
Have you ever told her about your bones? Like the bones that you just don't like because their second day they're wet or something?
Oh my god, don't bring that up.
What? Okay. That makes me
Never mind.
That makes me
No, okay, so
you don't know that your bones are always wet?
So I get...
Shut the hell up, Jordan.
I get anxious cooking raw meat, right? But I
have
have
this
this
to talk
thing...
about it if you don't want
to.
to.
No, it's fine. I'll talk about it. It's not a big deal. When I have leftovers, right? I have a very difficult time like reheating and eating things that have bones in them. I don't know why. It changes the texture. It makes me feel gross and sick. And I convince myself that it's like gone bad. And I usually can only eat meat that doesn't have bones in it as leftovers. It's a weird food thing.
Right, which is
I
fine.
mean,
Like if
people are
we're
picky
like
eaters. It's fine.
yeah, which is fine if we're like getting to know each other. But I've seen her like this was like a month ago that she told
The
me.
deep breath that you
She's like, what?
Jordan just took a deep breath.
She waited
years.
like years into this relationship to tell me, she's like, nah, bones make things gross after day one. I'm like, what? What is that sentence you just told me?
You sound like a mortician.
I was like, what are you talking about? Bones make things gross? She's like, yeah, with food. And I'm like, why have I been saving you food all these years?
Like, yeah, because he'll save me like leftover chicken wings and stuff.
Like,
and I'm like, it just doesn't. Oh,
yeah, I saved wings.
Even thinking about it bothers me.
And I was like, hey, I left those in there for you. And she's like, no, I'm not going to eat them. I said, were they not good? Did you not like them? Because like she made them, by the way. I was like, I thought they were really good. And you're like, no, they have bones in them, and they're gross because it's day 2. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like never before had this been brought up to me that it was an issue.
You just usually eat everything.
I'm sorry for being considerate of you.
No, you're very sweet, and I am mentally ill. That's all I can say.
Oh God.
Sometimes, like if there's a texture in a food I don't like, sometimes in my head as I'm eating, I have to sit there and tell myself like, it's okay, it's not a big deal. The texture is not a big deal. It's just this one little thing. Like you can keep eating it. It's fine. Finish your food. Like
you see, but while you're having this internal like coaching session, I'm just sitting there watching you like slowly raise a fork up to your mouth at like 0.1 mile an hour. Like maybe it'll get there, maybe it won't. You're still trying to decide if it's edible or not, and then you get to it and you're like, no, I'll put it back down now.
I know what textures and which foods I don't like so far. And so I just won't order it. But like the thing is like one of those food textures, I like the taste of tomato, but I don't like the texture of like tomato diced up. Like when people put on like chicken sandwiches and stuff. No, I can't do it. And I love the taste of baby tomatoes, but I don't like how it's like a gusher. But not.
No, I don't
like,
say that.
And I don't like it. It's just a texture I don't like, and so I won't order it. And it's to the point where like I'll go out and I'll get food with like my mom or something, and we'll go out and get food. And I'll leave to use the bathroom, and she'll order, and she goes, "I got yours without tomato," and I was like, "Thank you. I'm okay taking it off." And she goes, "No, because I know you'll complain." And I was like,
it's easier this way.
Okay. No, she's like, I'm the same way. Like, I don't like a lot of fast food restaurant. Like, I don't mind lettuce, right? Like, I like salads and stuff, but I don't like at Taco Bell, for example. I don't like their lettuce. I don't like the stringy. Like, it bothers me. I can tell you if one piece of lettuce has touched my food. Like, I can taste that little piece of lettuce. And my parents would be, when I was a kid, they would call me insane. They'd be like, "You can't taste that." Like, no, that is how sensitive I am to these foods that I am like that. And I'll eat it now, but there's like certain things still I'm like,
It's like lettuce touched this. I'm like, lettuce is mostly water. She's like, it touched it. It doesn't matter. I'm like, all right.
It's the flavor.
That's why I'm with cucumbers. I hate cucumbers. I
really like cucumbers. Especially like dipped in ranch and stuff with like some salt or some thyme.
You're out of here, kid.
Here's the thing. I can probably do cucumbers like with hummus.
I prefer pickles, but
yeah, I could probably do cucumbers like with hummus or something, but I have to coat that because it's just crunchy water, and I don't like that.
I like that.
Yeah, we want thick water only, okay?
Shut up.
None of this crunchy
shit. God. Oh, for fuck's sake. What's another would you rather? Did we even answer this one?
Yeah, probably.
What was it again?
We did or we didn't. It's up to the audience to decide. If we didn't, sucks to suck. Moving on.
We didn't leave us a voicemail to complain.
Yeah, leave us a message. Would you rather every egg you eat turn rotten when you eat it, or just all milk be rotten for the rest of your life?
I can just avoid eggs.
You taking rotten eggs? Yeah, but eggs are in so much. You could never have cake again.
Oh, wait.
Like, you could never have anything with egg in it.
Does it say what kind of milk? Can I use alternative
just says
milk?
milk.
I already use alternative milk.
Anything that's milk. Anything that you milk to get milk, that's milk.
My oat blended beverage is not milk, so.
Oat blended beverage? What the heck is that?
Yeah, because legally they can't call them milk. So like if you look on like what people call almond milk and stuff, it'll say like
Yeah. It's not technically. I mean, you
almond
can't like
juice or
milk an
almond
almond.
beverage
You
or
literally
like
have to
oat
like
blended
smash. You have
beverage.
to smash almonds, add things to it, and then you're like, look, it's white now, therefore it's milk. Like it's not.
So no, dairy alternatives do not count because legally they cannot be called milk. So
Yeah, but it says milk
dairy.
on the carton, so
No, it doesn't.
yeah, it does.
Go look at it. No, it doesn't.
You ask someone what product this is and give them like almond juice, they're gonna be like, that's almond milk. So sorry to say it.
You're telling me an almond made this milk?
You're telling me you squeezed an almond until you got milk out?
You milked an almond?
Oh, would you rather milk an almond or an oat?
Yeah. That's still one of my favorite thoughts. It's just like someone saw bees and they were like, those bastards are hiding something delicious up there. I know it.
The bears like it.
Would you rather watch Frozen or the Bee movie on repeat for 5 hours
Frozen.
straight?
Frozen.
Oh, the Bee movie.
Well, okay, yeah, no, probably the Bee movie if I can bring like friends and then just create like the massive stereo.
It's just you, dark room, alone, being forced to watch a movie for 5 hours in a row.
For 5 hours? Yeah, the Bee movie. There's less singing.
Which one's longer? Hold on. Which one's longer? I'm looking.
Oh, Frozen's longer.
I think Frozen's like 2 hours.
Is it 2 hours? Oh, then I only have to watch it.
Frozen's longer.
Yeah, if it's 2 hours. Okay, yeah, I'll do Frozen because I only have to watch it like twice.
No, right at the 5 hour mark, it just shuts off wherever you're
at. Yeah, and then I'm released from the room.
What if that time was increased to 50 hours?
Oh, yeah, Bee movie.
I want to say Bee movie for like fun haha, but I know that it's gonna add like a lot of mental illness if I watch the Bee movie for 50 fucking hours.
I mean, like, can I take pauses in between to sleep, or is it just straight 50?
God, it's like Clockwork Orange. Holy shit. Oh, that's awful.
Yes, it is.
Nah, Bee movie all the way.
Nah.
Because you would never. You watch Frozen for 50 hours. You will never get those songs out of your head. Like you watch Frozen twice, even once. You're like, man, this song is catchy for like a week. 50 hours, you're never getting it out of your head. The Bee movie, no songs. All you got to remember is, man, bees suck. Like moving on.
I feel like watching the Bee movie for 50 hours is like saying you're a Weezer fan without justifying why you're.
Like at the end, you may know more of the lyrics to this to the movie, but
does the Bee movie have a musical number? Wait,
no.
I feel like there's one song in it.
There might be one actually. There might be singing about flowers at some point.
Oh, I'm hearing thunder.
You said about flowers, and I thought of the Miley Cyrus flower song. I was just like, yes, that would fit.
Jordan, did I tell you all the tea about the Miley Cyrus flower song?
Oh God.
No, but on an additional note, I'm not super interested in it. But go ahead.
Never mind. I was gonna. So basically, Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus used to be married, right? And it's very well known he cheated on her. But so apparently he dedicated Bruno Mars's song "When I Was Your." No, what was it called? It's not flowers. It's.
Oh, see, now you got me all. Now you got me all confused. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. When I Was Your Man. When I Was Your Man.
Yeah.
And so she got permission from him to like flip the song and wrote the song Flowers. That's about like, oh, I can buy myself flowers and do all these things without you.
Is that the one that I keep saying that's like I love me better than you or something like that?
Yeah. She recorded her music video for it at the house where he cheated on her with like 12 women. She recorded it in a dress that looks a lot like one Jennifer Lawrence wore to a Hunger Games premiere, alluding to the fact that Jennifer Lawrence probably cheated with Liam Hemsworth on Miley Cyrus. But she just keeps doing these things like dropping Easter eggs like for things, and it's like made a lot of like celebrity drama and gossip come back up.
Yeah, I saw a video and it was like, this is when she wrote it, and it was just her walking down the street with Liam Hemsworth, and I was like, nailed it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, I want to see this Hunger Games dress.
Yeah, it's like
the gold one.
Yeah, the gold one. It's the same dress that Miley Cyrus wears in the Flowers music video. And she like pulls her hair up like J-Law did at the premiere for the Hunger Games.
Oh, it was the premiere. I thought it was like her Mockingjay.
It's like something she wore to the movie premiere. So
with Liam Hemsworth. Oh, wait, that's what Liam Hemsworth. I just now realized who Liam Hemsworth is.
I know.
Who have we been
I don't
talking
keep
about?
The most
I will,
useless
like
Hemsworth brother. Listen, I have a bone to pick with Liam Hemsworth because why would he take a job as The Witcher? Like, he could honestly follow up Henry
he's in
Oh
Cavill.
The
yeah, I
Witcher?
forgot. Yeah, he's
He's
taking
taking
over
over.
for season 4, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's because
There's
Henry
no
Cavill
good
did
reason.
not like the direction of the writing and like how much they
Yeah,
were diverting from the books and
supposedly he kept
Yeah.
getting into arguments about it, and they were like, "Well, you can leave," and he's like, "I'll just go be Superman. See you later."
Yeah, fair enough. What the fuck?
But
I don't
yes,
keep up with celebrity drama enough, truth be told.
I do it sporadically.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, okay. That I can agree with.
Like right now, there's a huge controversy
What do you mean?
about.
Sporadically? Every time you put makeup on, you listen to drama from celebrities. Don't be this every
I
once
like
in
to
a while.
listen. I like to listen to
Don't you
T-Spill
say that?
or
Yeah,
Amanda the
every day
Jedi
you
on
listen to
YouTube while I do my makeup.
You know what? That's
catch
fair
up
because
every
I'll
once in a
listen
while.
I'll listen to like podcasts or like when I'm like getting ready in the mornings or just on my weekends when I'm working out. I'll either listen to like Mogul Mail or like Moist Criticals, like
I
little
used to
updates
listen
on
to like
things.
horror and like true crime and stuff.
You
And I
can't
just
do
don't
that
really
now.
enjoy listening to it anymore. So
That's
I started
fair.
listening to celebrity gossip because I'm like, I don't care about it. It doesn't affect me. It's just nice to hear about some drama in someone else's life.
To pull away from my own internal turmoil.
And then like sometimes like the things people get mad about, I'm like, why is this a big deal?
It's so funny. Like I think there are certain things that celebrities and like content creators I feel like should be able to talk about and like if they've been accused of something clear up or confess. But then there are things where it's just like why the fuck are we talking about this again? It's just people are just funny human beings.
Yeah, and sometimes like it's valuable. Like right now, the big controversy on TikTok is like this girl claimed she was using mascara and then she like put on false eyelashes in between. Is what it looks like. Like people are like, those are Demi Ardell wispy lashes.
Oh my god, how do you know
Calling
what
out
the
my name.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, like they're very common. Like one of the most common like fake eyelashes that people use. And so like she cuts the clip in the middle of it and then suddenly has these like dramatic eyelashes. And yeah, she definitely put fake eyelashes on. But it was like a partnered brand post and you're not like allowed to do stuff like that. And somebody pulled up, she had posted a TikTok like some time ago saying like, oh, here's how you know that an influencer is lying to you. Like, here's how to spot like fake mascara and fake eyelashes and stuff like that. Yet now she's doing the same thing for a brand.
What the fuck?
She said, "Here's how to call me out later."
Yeah, so you know that's what people are mad about right now.
People are
but
mad
then she
about
like,
a bunch of stuff.
well, she tried to come out and double down and be like, they're not false, these guys, and it's like,
oh, well, that's on her.
To be fair, I wouldn't know. I don't wear fake eyelashes. I think the most makeup I wear is like eyebrow gel and mascara. That's it.
Yeah, but you know, you can tell the difference between like mascara does not give you like these big like
no.
double
Bushy,
lash volume
yeah.
looks, you know? And it's like even a thin strip of fake lashes is noticeable. I don't know if maybe like people who don't use makeup very often or don't know what it looks like might notice, but
I think I just don't notice it on a lot of people because like facial recognition at 1st. Like if I was to see Ripley wear false eyelashes, I would probably notice it very quickly. But for like a passerby, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Depends on the ones I wear. I used to like blend them to my eyelashes, and a lot of people would be like, "Oh my gosh, your eyelashes look so good today." I'd be like, "They're fake," and they'd be like, "Really?" I'd be like, "Yes."
Really? All right. What's the next? Would you rather?
What's that now? What?
Yeah, we got like time for what? One more question?
One more question. Yeah.
Let me pick a decent one then. I have like a bunch of okay ones, and I'm just like, eh. Oh well, this one we answered it a couple weeks ago, but now that you're here, would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
Ooh, I thought about this a lot.
Wait,
okay.
Next question. Moving on.
Probably. Oh God, I probably want to know how, not when.
You don't seem very confident for someone who's thought about this a lot.
Well, because like it's like teeter-tottering with like, do I want to know like how long I have? Do I want to know like what's coming? I'd probably want to know how, because then I could be a little bit more self-aware.
See, that's we both chose when. That's interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I said like, I would rather know how.
Like I chose when. How you're going to die? That's crazy.
No,
what if?
No,
like,
sorry,
how
no.
I
I flipped that. So basically, I was going to say I don't want to know how because then I would avoid whatever
Right,
the
that's what I'm
reason or the
saying.
cause was for
You
whatever
find
amount
out
of time I had
how you
left.
like, oh, you die in a car accident. Never again can you get in a car. And even then, you're not even safe. What if you're just walking down the street and a car hits you? Car accident.
Yeah.
Like
Like
you're
Final
just
Destination
always
level.
gonna be on edge. But if you know, like, oh, I'm
Mm.
dying in the year 2047, fucking do whatever you want until 2047. Who cares?
Yeah, then you can plan, and then that
Maybe.
way, you could plan like everything. You could be like, "Oh, I only have to live for like 30 more years. I don't need as much money as most people do to like retire and do stuff.
Right.
Like
Like
I'm
I
gonna
just need
go
30 years
crazy and
worth
do
of
whatever I
money.
want to do, you know?
Yeah, but
Like
I feel like saying how adds like an extra card in the deck that just makes life a little bit more fun. That
okay,
sounds really
but what
chaotic.
if like the how was like something crazy? Like what if it was like a bookshelf is going to fall on you and squish you?
I mean,
Then
that's
I
a little
hope
more
to
easier
God I'm in
to
the next
avoid.
life.
Yeah.
Or your significant other is going to betray you and stab you in the back so that he can move his mistress in or something. You know, like
I
like what
hope
if
Oh,
to
it's
you
something
God
thought
that I
about this,
be
huh?
crazy?
that I hope to God I become the best-selling novel on that bookshelf.
Yeah. Yes, if I'm ever brutally murdered, please put me on one of those like investigation discovery shows.
Put me on the
Like
back of a milk carton.
I was the light of your life. Tell
Rotten milk
everyone
carton.
about how amazing I was. Okay, like
I was gonna say
we don't
that
know why
sounds very
anybody
like
would do this to her. You know, like
No, no.
figures out I have
Anytime
like
like a
a
friend
person.
becomes a murderer, I will not be the person on TV, but like I couldn't see it happen. But like I imagined this would happen. That's why I kept the baseball bats away from him when he came over. I just saying. Like,
yeah.
Like
it's
really
none
he
of this. I
finally
couldn't see him.
snapped.
He was the greatest person ever. Nah, I can see this.
I mean, you had some pretty messed up things happen at your college, though. Like, didn't you
Oh
say like one
God.
guy got arrested
Did
for like
I?
stalking or something?
What? That sounds like something that happened, but I don't remember its particulars.
My friend's college would send out his college would send out notifications like this car has been like hijacked into or like broken into. This building where like dormitories are has a stalker slash sexual assaultist being
No.
investigated.
Oh my God,
And
no,
it was like the
literally,
most
my college used to
nerve-wracking
do that
text.
too. Or they'd be like, "Oh, a sexual assault has occurred in this parking garage."
Yeah,
And
like what the hell?
I'd be like, "That's where my car is parked. What do you fuck? What?" Like, you know, like it's so much anxiety. And then they like, "Oh yeah, the guy was arrested." Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, like
Like,
shouldn't
thanks,
you
I
leave with
guess.
that?
Yeah. God.
Well, damn. I think we
We
are like
had
an hour and a half for this episode. We might have to
Yeah,
trim
somewhere around
hour.
some,
there.
but
Yeah. Um, my college, the only thing I remember happening, they had those emergency beacons like all over campus. Like you could hit them and it would call like the security and the police and whatnot.
mhm.
The fuck is an emergency beacon?
Yeah,
Ours
they're
did
all over
too.
campus. You just
Yeah,
hit
it's like a
like
little box with a
yeah,
button. It's lit up at
yeah.
night and
You
stuff,
hit it
and
and a blue
it an
flashing light
emergency.
goes
Hold
off
on,
and it's
wait.
like phoning the campus security and it's like an intercom so they can talk to you.
Wait, emergency beacon. Let me see what?
But
A new
this
hand
apparently
touches
these
the beacon.
yeah. Apparently these two girls were coming back from something a little bit later in the night and they saw a little javelina. It was like a little mini pig basically,
Oh
but
yeah, javelinas are assholes.
they're super aggressive, especially if you get close to them or if they have babies. So they started being chased by this javelina down this path, and so what they were doing was hitting the emergency beacon, and then when it would get close enough to chase them again, they would sprint like to the next beacon and hit it again. So and like hit the next beacon. So for that night, security is like following on the intercom, like which ones they're gonna hit. You know, it's trying to catch up with
Oh my
them.
god.
And they happened to eventually they ran into two guys that were on their way back from the archery club practice. And they were like, "Help! You gotta help!" And they're like, "Sure." These two guys from the archery club fucking shot this javelina with their
Oh my
bows
god.
in the middle of campus. And then they finally hit the nearest beacon, and security came out and was like, "What happened here? Why are you just running around campus hitting these beacons and not responding?"
It's like when you ran into
Like,
an
what the
NPC who
fuck?
needs help in a random side quest.
Yeah.
Like, oh
So
my
they were
god,
being
okay, go
chased for
off,
like
Robin Hood.
yeah, like they were being chased for 5-10 minutes, and they finally ran into these people, and they're like, "Help! We need help!" And they're like, "Okay," and just shot this
Okay.
javelina, and I was like, "All right."
That poor pig should have given up.
I
That's
should've.
really how about from what
I got
I've
chased by
heard,
javelina a lot while I was there.
I had a friend, I think he still lives in Arizona, but he lives in Arizona and when he started going to college, because I think he's a year younger than me, he started going to college and he was like, "Yeah, we just give them peaches and so they like fuck off. But like now they're like used to it, so they will wait in our campus courtyard for food." And I was like, "Why the fuck would you do that? They're fucking javelinas."
I guess it's better than being chased, but you know, Now they're basically paying the javelina mafia in
money.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I got.
When you want to come to this university, you have to pay the javelinas their due.
All the javelina ever did for me was just make me in better shape, because I would go out for a run around the lake, and then 6 javelina would be behind me on this trail. I'd be like, shit, I better run faster now. Like, get away from me.
God.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Well, you better do the outro then. Go for it. I believe in you.
Well, this has been another episode of the Mindless Prattle. Thank you so much to our guest Kavaki for joining us. You can follow her on Twitch and Twitter, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a super cool Discord for her friends that is actually super active. So check her out, please. We will, of course, link her down below the episode description. Probably Jordan does all that stuff. I don't know. I'm Ripley Shane. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter, occasionally on YouTube and Discord, but not very often because I get tired easily. And then that's Jordan. You'll find him here for the most part, but he also has a Twitch if you want to check out Modern Slayers on Twitch. Did I leave anything else out? Oh, yeah. You can check out Mindless Prattle at our website, mindlessprattle.com. This episode will be coming out wherever you listen to podcasts, on Spotify and LE2. And Jordan, what else do we have?
I'm glad you're so involved in this as the co-host.
There's like iHeartRadio,
the podcast places. They've got the things.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
There's like 10 of them. You know, we're if you listen to a podcast, we'll be there.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you like our episode, feel free to give us a follow on any of those aforementioned websites, and you can also leave us a voice message. And if you're like, damn, you need to get a better host who knows how to do our intros and outros, I'm sorry, I'll work on it, baby. Don't leave me.
This is what it is. Each week is just practice. We're getting there.
This has been your chaotic episode of Mindless Prattle. You guys want to say anything?
No, I'm done talking to people. I'm out of here.
Avoid your taxes.
Avoid your taxes?
Yeah, avoid your taxes.
Wait, I gotta do my taxes.
Never do taxes.
I hope I get a refund. I hope I don't owe anything.
Me too, man. Fuck.
What a fun ending note.
Yeah.
Don't do taxes, kids. Enjoy doing LSD twice a month unsuspectingly.
Twice a month? Oh my gosh. I thought it was twice a year.
Oh, it's twice a year?
Twice a month. Like, what was I doing?
Twice a month.
I
was like, that's gonna make work really difficult, because LSD trips I think can last for like 14, 20 hours.
Oh God.
You know what? I don't know. I have no expertise in this field.
I also don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Someone drop a message and let me know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe you're on LSD.
We're gonna get like a drug expert in the comments, just like
next guest on Mindless Prattle, someone who has done LSD and can explain how it works. Because I don't fucking know.
Someone who's currently doing LSD. You know, either one. Whichever makes it more fun.
We take every single drug and hit record.
We do not condone illegal drug use for any official purposes.
No, but we will reap it for our own benefit if you're already doing
capitalism,
it. So.
Baby.
God.
All right, that's it, y'all. I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Goodbye.